Single, solitude is a virtue. The freedom of not having to respond or communicate with anybody else. Not dealing with anyone else's hardships but your own. The freedom to do whatever you want without having to check in with anyone. Alone time. Lots of moments to enjoy the company of only yourself. I can appreciate these periods of isolation because I've mastered the art of self love. I no longer need or want anyone else but myself. Where I once looked for wholeness in others, I have now found it within myself. It is now easier for me to detach from others. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or not. I love myself. It took me a while, but I finally got it. I hope this helps those of you who are struggling with this. I am complete. No longer need anyone else to feel and hold up. I am Damn, I was trying to do this without stuttering. Hold up. I am complete. No longer need anyone else to fill a non-existent void. I no longer actively search for companionship. I love Soraya. I love being single. So that is basically just my writing piece on why I love being single, why I wouldn't want to date anybody else. Right now, I don't care. I mean, look, I'm not opposed to being in a relationship, but I'm not actively searching for anyone. Like I love being alone. It takes me nothing to leave somebody. And yeah, I love being single. I wasn't always like this before. I used to be, one of those people that was like, "Oh my gosh, I really want," you know what I mean? Cuz we all wish for partnership. You know what I mean? I still do want a soulmate at some point, but I'm fine not having one now. I used to be like, "Oh my gosh, look at these couples, look at everybody dating each other." I used to always be the single friend. I don't date very often cuz I'm very picky, so like I'll date one person and then like I'll take a couple months, maybe even a year to like bounce back or just I just spend time alone and then I'll end up in another relationship. Um so yeah, I write pieces like this a lot. That is another way I express my creativity is through writing. I'm really good at writing. So yeah, that's also why like I wrote that thing about my depression. I really hope y'all didn't think it was like I really hope people didn't think it was like a offing myself letter. Like no, it's not giving that. That's just how I express myself. Which there's many different forms of art, right? We talk about literature, we talking about fashion, we're talking about music, writing, drawing, all of that. So, and videography, like there's many different forms of art and there is no right or wrong way to create art because it is the freedom of expression. So, yeah, writing is one of my ways that I express my creativity and yeah, that's my piece on being single, why I love being single, why I don't care to date anybody else around this time, and how I've learned to enjoy the company of myself. My biggest advice for anybody who is struggling, because there's nothing wrong with wanting a partner, but if you find that you can't be alone, that is an issue. And my biggest advice is to number one, get a life. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this in a nasty way, but don't depend solely on somebody else. Do not base your happiness on somebody else. My thing is, we came into this world alone. We're probably going to leave alone. Dying alone is not a bad thing. If anything, I would think it's pretty peaceful. Like, you don't got nobody yelling and screaming in your face, like, I don't know. But, yeah, I love being alone, and a big part of learning to be single and just learning to love being single is to accept yourself, to love yourself, right? I used to look for wholeness in other people, right? I didn't realize that the other half to me is me. You're supposed to come into a relationship 100 100. A lot of people say 50-50. No, baby, you're a whole person. You are you. So, nobody else can fill that void but you. I used to look to other people to help me fill that void. And I realized all along, like, I don't need saving. Especially, this may be a thing for people who suffer with trauma. You may, wish somebody would come save you because maybe when you experienced your trauma, you wish you had a savior back then. But I realized nobody can save you but yourself. And I saved myself. And now I just love Soraya. Like, I love Soraya. And now because I love Soraya, I also know that Soraya deserves way more than a lot of these boys have to offer. So it'll take a lot for me to settle. Okay, what did Doja Cat say? Well, I'm not trying to quote her little devil ass right now, but it'll take a whole lot for me to settle. Like, I don't really feel like settling right now. The options that I'm seeing to settle, I'm just looking at it and I'm just like, no. Mm-mm. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I can provide, and it's definitely not, it's not evening out. Okay, so yeah, I really hope anybody who watched this learns to love being single. This was my piece. And yeah, I'll, if you guys want me to, well, I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna release more pieces, more writing pieces. I love writing stuff like this. And again, it's off the dome. I did not recite this, as you can clearly see. This is take one. And yeah, real raw and authentic, no editing. So there might be a bit of error, but look, I am the real and the raw, so it is what it is. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all on the next one. It's late as fuck, so that's why my attire is like this, and I kind of look like a hospital patient. Excuse my attire. Anyways, bye.